Hi, please welcome to Diploma in Customer Service, Module 6. So, here we are going to talk about the main topic is world class customer service. Do you want to become a world class customer service? If so, yes, we'll begin. So, if I ask you, what is world class customer service? What is your answer? Okay, pause this video and write it down in your own words. What is world class customer service? Just think about, write it. Let me ask you something. Do you want to be an ordinary person in your field or you want to be an extraordinary person? Answer is always yes, extraordinary person. It's we call a world class person, not just a person, world class, recognized with a brand. Likewise, we'll see how you can be a world class customer service professional. Here, there are four questions you have to ask yourself always. If you want to become a world class customer service professional, remember one thing, four things to ask. No matter what the field you are in, but you have to be world class. So, what is the first question? The first question is you have to ask yourself, who am I? What is my profession? Who am I? So, then you have an answer. I am a customer service officer. Wherever you are, right? So if you are working, at the time you can ask, who am I? This can change. So if you are at home, so you are not a professional, you are not a customer service professional, right? At that time you may be a son, you may be a daughter, right? So you may be a different relations, whatever you have, right? So likewise, so if you are with your friends, of course you are a friend, so different characters you have. So at that time also you can ask. So if you want to become a world-class son or daughter, you can ask yourself at that time. The first question is, who am I? Then I am a son. I am a daughter to my mom. So in that particular time, that is the answer. So what I'm saying here, if you're at office, so if you're at work, you have to ask this question, who am I? So the answer is, according to your profession, I'm a customer service officer. The second question you have to ask then, where am I? Where the place am I in? So you can give an answer like, right? So I am at office. I'm serving my customer. So likewise, where you are. So you must ask yourself, these are the, you have to ask from yourself. Self-interview. And the third question is, you must ask, what am I doing? What am I doing? Then you can give your own answer. I'm serving my customer, or I'm filling a form. So whatever, according to your work related stuff, you can give as your answer. So what are the three questions? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? And the last question is, how I'm going to do it better. How am I going to do it better? So that's the first question. How am I going to do it better? So if you are a customer service professional working at your office, working at customer service counter, serving customers, so three answers are there. The last one, how am I going to do it better? Right, this is not like an ordinary thing, extraordinary thing. Not like every day what you're doing as routine. You have to do something different, right? So always if you ask that, if you follow your answer, then you can easily become world-class customer service professional. As I told you before, there is no matter whatever the field you are in, whatever the character you are assigned to. Character means you can be a mother, you can be a father, son, daughter, brother, sibling, neighbor, no matter. Oh, professional who are working in an industry, whatever the character you are in, you have to be world class. How to become world class? Only four questions you have to ask and follow it. So I can also be a world class person. So I don't want to say I am just a trainer. I don't want to say I'm just a learning and development manager. So I always say, like, I'm a world class trainer. I'm a world class learning and development manager. So it's my way to brand to this world. So it's not easy. It's not just a word, world class. So you have to give the life to that world. How do you give that life to the world? You have to ask 4 questions and follow it. So you have to follow it. You have to give the life to that answers. I am. Who am I? I am. Okay, as an example, I am a trainer or learning and development manager. Where am I? Okay, I'm at office. So what am I doing? I'm conducting training. I'm conducting online courses. So I design training programs. So that is how I'm going to do it better. So how am I going to do it better mean not just the thing what I do daily. I will do something better than before what I did. So it's like you put into your job, do it that, then you can be great. Okay, let's see. World-class customer service definition focuses on building strong and long-lasting relationships with customers. Okay, world-class customer service focuses on building strong and long-lasting relationship with customers. This is we call it strong and long-lasting. It's not a short, long-lasting. Okay, so long-lasting relationships mean it's very hard. So you have to be so honest, helpful, transparent. Okay, so you can't hide anything. Okay, you must give consistency. So we'll see what are the attributes for that, right? And understanding their unique requirements, understanding your customers' unique requirements, and consistently delivering exceptional experience. So this is the definition of world-class customer service. Let me read it again. World-class customer service focuses building strong and long-lasting relationships with customers, understanding their unique requirements. Unique. Person to person is different. Customer to customers, requirement is different. So unique, and you must understand the unique requirement of your customer. And consistently, not only one time, consistently, your service must be consistent. Consistently delivering exceptional experiences. This is not exceptional service, exceptional experience. You must give an exceptional experience to your customer. So please mind that. So it's a definition. So write it down. So better you always, when you are referring my video, better you always have a pen and paper with you. So write it down. You can pause the video. It's the benefit of video learning. You can pause at anywhere you want. If you want, you can go back and write it down from your own words as well as these things. Main points you can write. Okay, so let's see what are the characteristics of world-class customer service. First, you must ask yourself what are the characteristics you have. Then, write it down. What are the characteristics of world-class customer service? So there are 10 characteristics we are going to learn about. Then you just match and see what are the things you have, what are the things you should have, which you should develop. So here the first one is personalization. What is personalization? You must understand customers' unique requirement and cater it according to that. As an example, if any customer comes to buy, say if you are selling shirts, right? If your customer comes to buy 16.5 shirt, collar size 16.5 shirt, you can't offer all other sizes what you have. Instead of 16.5, you can't offer 15.5 or 17.5 or 15 or whatever. Why? Because you must understand customers' requirement here. You must ask questions. So what is your collar size? According to that, you have to cater 16.5. And also about the color. What color customer likes. So you know, according to that, you have to cater. This is we call personalization. And also calling by customer's name, also personalization. You are creating the uniqueness. That particular customer is unique among all. When you are sending emails, if you address that particular customer's name, it is we call personalization. Otherwise, customer would feel like it's a common email. But if you mention that customer's name, he feels like that particular email is only to him or her. So please understand, this we call personalization. The next one, responsiveness. This is we call how quick you are. Responsiveness. Actually, there are companies, they have long procedures. So according to procedures, if you take long time to serve your customer, then you can't be a world-class customer service officer. Why? You are taking that customer's time then. Here, time, there is a value. Time is money. So you can't take customer's time as well as your time. There is a dedicated time to serve your customer. Though you have a long process, you try to shorten that, cater your customer, cater what customer wants, and give a quick service. We can't expect quick service from everyone, especially if you are a newcomer to your industry. We can't expect that. But by doing over and over again and again, being the expertise in the particular field, you can give a quick service. If you observe your senior members, how they quick, the reason they are expertise in that particular field because they have been doing again and again and again. Likewise, if you also follow the same, if you also do the same, you can be quick. So that is very, very important, responsiveness. And the third one is empathy. About the responsiveness, quick service, there is a video of Mr. Bean. You just go and watch that video. That particular video gives a good example of responsiveness. Okay, so you shouldn't be like that particular person. You shouldn't be like Mr. Bean because he takes time, he kills time. So that don't take that much of time. So be super quick. The third one is empathy. What is empathy? There's two differences between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy means if someone says something bad about him, sad things about him, you say, I feel sorry about you. Okay, that is sympathy. You're just sympathizing. But if you are a world-class customer service officer, you have to empathize. What does it mean? You are feeling like what that particular person feels. So you are feeling emotionally, you also feel what that person feels like. That is we call empathy. Can you empathize by heart? I don't say that you can do. If your answer is yes, it's 50% right, 50% wrong. You can't 100% empathize by heart. You know why I say we don't feel others' feelings, right? We understand, but we can't feel it. If someone says hot, I understand, yes, it's hot, but I can't feel it until I eat it. Then only I also feel it. It's hot. Someone says the food is very hot, right? I must feel it when I have it. So here the example is, here what I want to say is, empathy, you will have to first pretend as you're feeling. What does it mean? Pretending mean. So you have to show like, yes, I feel it. I obviously feel it, what you are feeling now. But you don't feel it, right? You don't feel it, but you must say that. In customer service, you have to do it. It's an act. Sometimes you may ask from me, Rex, you are a trainer, why do you say to us to act? We shouldn't act because we have to do by heart, but by heart you can't do. Because as per psychology, if you can't do by heart, the practice is, if you can't do by heart, you have to pretend. But if you do pretend that for a particular days, consecutive 21 days, then it will be automatically in your system. Then you will respond as, you will empathize your colleagues, customers. So that will come real. You started like, as an act, but it will come real. So please understand that. So the empathy, if you want to practice empathy, first you act, pretend. So you have to show like, yes, man, I am also feeling like that same. I understand the feeling, how you are feeling right now. Show that you are giving priority to that particular person's thoughts or feelings. Whenever that person says something, you listen, nod your head, acknowledge. That is also one way of empathy. If you don't listen, if you look here and there, it's not empathy. Why? That person feels like you're not listening, you're not giving priority. Next, you show like you also feel the same hurt what that person has. So here, it's not only about a sad feeling, can be a happy moment as well. You can enjoy with your colleague whenever your colleague says he's so happy. In customer service, when any customer comes and says like his good moments, you can also feel happy. So empathy is very, very important. As I told you before, it's not 100% by heart doing thing. But if you start with an act, if you pretend, if you give life to your character in that particular moment, by doing same thing again and again, it will come real. Then you don't need to act. You know why? It's stored in your system. It will come as a real attribute, real characteristic. The next one is, we say, knowledge of expertise. So you must be a well-trained customer service professional. If you know a little bit, it's not enough. By having a knowledge of little bit is not enough to become a world class. So what you have to do is, you must get the proper training. Always you understand if you have made a mistake, where the mistake is. If you don't know where the mistake is, you cannot correct. Most of the people, they can't correct their life because they have no idea where they made the mistake. So you have to ask yourself, what was my mistake? If you knew what is, yes, you can easily correct. Humans do mistakes, it's normal, it's usual. But you must understand where you made that mistake, what you should correct. The advice what I got, it's a golden advice. The advice is, doing mistake is not matter, but how long you are taking to correct is matter. Doing mistake is not matter because we are human, but how long you are going to take it to correct it, that is matter. Sometimes you may take 1 year, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, seconds. How soon you can correct? Yes, then you can easily become a world class. And the fifth one is proactive approach. It means help. Here, world class customer service, we talk about the magical word is help. So you must be a helper. Always you think customer service professional mean helper. Another word is helper. Just a word, helper. So you have an attitude to help your customers. Always you start your job like I am going to help my customer. That's we call helping mind. If you don't have that helping mind with you, you are not suitable to this post. So this post, this profession is like helping always your customers. Helping mind. I am here to help my customer. I am here to assist my customer. So you have to show that in your facial expressions. If you cannot show that from your facial expressions, if you are like very serious mood, your customer thinks you don't like to serve your customers. You don't want to serve your customers. So helping mindset and the facial expressions also you're showing like you are going to help is very, very important here to become world class. And the sixth one is consistency. Same level of service, consistency, not only for a particular day, every day, same level of service you have to carry out. This is like you're daily brushing your teeth. If I ask you, can you live without brushing your teeth? Okay, pause your video and answer it. Most of you would say yes. Yes, we can live without brushing teeth, right? Okay, so what will happen then? You can live without brushing teeth, but no one can live with you. Okay, no one can live with you. So here the message is what? If you are not performing, so daily brushing, every day you have to brush, right? So if you do only perform one, brushing teeth one, don't do next day, consistently you don't do, then what will happen? Your company will not happy to be with you. Your company will ignore you. Your colleagues, okay, so the example, colleagues can't live with you, likewise company will ignore you, the company where you are in. So if you want to become a world-class customer service professional, the service what you're offering, not for that particular day, for a particular customer, to every customer, every day you have to carry out. So please make sure, not only particular day I'm doing, every day. So if you are serving 100 customers per day, so you have to give the same level of service to all 100 clients. Let me give an example. Say consultant, say a doctor. If doctor consulting, say if doctor is if doctor gives his consultation to 20 patients, he has to give the same level of service to all 20 patients, right? So according to token systems, if he serves the first patient patiently, with energetic way, and also whenever say if he's getting tired to serve the last patient, if he doesn't give good service to that person, what will happen? Patients will never come to get the consultant from this doctor. So they won't come again. They will ignore. So then this doctor cannot become world class. So if you want to become world class, you must keep up this consistency. All the time, every time, same level of service. Number 7 is problem resolution. Each and every problem has an answer. You have to go and find the answer. You must have that enthusiasm to find the answer. If you think like, no, there is no answer, if you feel like there is no answer, you don't find. But if you are trying to find the answer, yes, of course, you will be there. You are trying, behalf of customer, you are trying to find answers, solutions. So you have to provide solutions. So I'm not using the word answer, I'm saying now solution. Answering mean questions what customer asks, you just give answers. But your solution mean customer has no idea what is the problem he has. You have to identify what is the problem customer has, then you are finding out the solution as well, then you are educating your customer. So this is the solution you have to this is the solution what you have to carry out. So please ensure You are not responsible to give answers, but you are responsible to give resolutions. So resolutions mean you have to find the problem what customer has by asking right questions and give the solution. Number 8 is continuous improvement. So what does it mean? So you have to get feedback from your customer. You don't need to be ashamed to get feedback from your customer. Though it is good or bad, you have to take it as positive. So we learn this back as well. Customers' complaints, feedback is very, very important. You know why? Then only you know where you are. Sometimes you don't like if anyone blames you, if anyone complains you. You don't welcome bad feedback about you. You always like if anyone encourages you, appreciates you. But people who are not appreciating, people who are blaming, that is also, you know, take it positive. You know why? Then only you know what you have to correct. If you think like, don't complain, I am so perfect, it means you are going down. So if you want to grow better, if you want to become world class, always you welcome bad feedback as well. Good feedback as well as the bad feedback. It's okay. If it is good, of course, you continue. If it is bad feedback, you try to find out where you got wrong, quickly correct it, go. These all customer service theories not only belong to customer service, it belongs to your ordinary service, ordinary life as well. These all are life lessons. So if you are having world-class customer service characteristics with you, you are a good human being. Number 9 is positive attitude. Always you say yes, never say no. Yes, I can do attitude. When you start up your transaction or service, you talk to your mind. I can help this customer. I can do it. I can delight my customer. I never say no to my customer. If you start up like the mindset you are having, say, I can't do this, it's very difficult, then that will become true. You know, as per psychology, thoughts will become real. You know why? You are starting up like you can't do. Then all your actions that will affect. So that please mind, before you start up your service, before you serve your customer, you say, I can do this. I'm trying to help my customer. You must have a self-talk. You say, I can help my customer. I will definitely delight my customer, this particular customer. So each and every transaction before, each and every service before, you always say to yourself, I can do it. If you say I can do it, you will. If you cannot do what you do, you are trying to do, then the answer is no. Answer is not you say no. Always you say you are trying or you do. And the last one is transparency. Transparency means you never hide anything to your customer. Be open. Don't lie. Be honest. Whatever you want to tell your customer, be straightforward. If you are getting late, you must tell that to your customer. You don't need to hide anything. If you are hiding, so if you are lying, you have to tell different stories. Liars do not tell only one thing, because they usually forget what they say. So they say different stories. They are creating stories. Why? They don't remember what they told last. But if you tell the truth, you have only one answer. One thing only you tell to your customer. So be honest. You know why? If you are being honest to your customer, you can build up long-lasting, strong relationship with your customer. But if you are lying, maybe you can build a relationship with your customer, but it will only for that particular time. Why? When customer knows that it is not real, he will ignore you. So please understand, you must have these characteristics, practice, you can be a world-class customer service professional. Now we'll see what are the general mistakes in the customer service. What are the general mistakes? So pause this video and write it down. What can be general mistakes in customer service have? In your particular organization, in your workstation, what are the general mistakes you do? So write it down there. So if you are not working, so you please observe and notice what are the general mistakes. So if you are a good observer, wherever you go, you just observe and write down what are the general mistakes in customer service. I will say, so lack of empathy, yes. If there is no empathy, if you don't understand customers' feelings, if you don't give the priority of customers' feelings, if you're not trying to understand, if customer talks to you, if you look at here and there, if you don't listen, so it's we call lack of empathy. So it's a mistake. If any customer comes to complain about a product or service, there is something behind. So you must understand why he comes and complain. He doesn't complain for time passing, right? So you have to understand why he says. So get to know what was the real matter. Number 2 is poor active listening. Yes, most of the agents, they don't listen actively. They don't listen. What we call active listen. Active listen means you have to nod your head. You have to acknowledge, like saying mm-hmm. You have to maintain the eye contact. That is we call active listening. So if you look here and there while customer is talking to you, if you all look like a dumb person while the customer is talking to you, it is we call poor active listening. So you must nod your head, give it the priority, show that you are understanding what customer says. Okay, so you must do it. So if you don't do that, yes, it's a general mistake. And the third general mistake is inadequate knowledge. So if you are not well trained, you can't provide the right service. You can't give the real information to customer. You always give wrong information because you are not well trained. You don't have sufficient information with you. So you must get first all the information, then only you give the right information to your customer. So please attend your training regularly. Get the information. Always you write it down. You must have a book where all the information is there. Number 4 is not following up. You have to follow up because people do easily forget. So what you have to do, note it down somewhere in the either digital media or manual you can do, and follow up. Mark it as done or pending or not done. So you must have 3 columns. Job is completed or pending. Okay, so you can say like, okay, what is the status? There are 3 status. So going on, right? So pending or completed. If there is any problem, yes, you can just put feedback. Why is pending? 2 columns, right? 2 columns and a feedback column, 3 columns. Being defensive, always you are trying to safeguard yourself. You say, I am right. We are not responsible, sir. When customer comes and says something, you always try to defensive. You say, you are trying to wash your hand and bounce the ball. So what you have to say, sir, we are taking the responsibility. So instead of that, you have to take the responsibility. So you don't be defensive. Transferring too much, it means sending to many people. If you are sending here and there, passing ball, you are passing to someone. You are saying it's not to me, so it's to that particular person's desk. You must go and get the information. So likewise, you are passing, you are sending that person here and there, everywhere. So if you do that, it's wrong. It's a mistake. Number 7, over-promising and under-delivering. Okay, that is a nice video. So please watch that video where it's one of US Airways. They have done that video belongs to one of US Airways. So please go and watch that video. You will understand how the promise is important. So in that particular video, there are two videos, right? First, you have to watch the first video. So it's a advertisement where that Airways publish in the YouTube. You know, when we publish in YouTube, it goes viral, right? So this particular advertisement went viral because they made a promise to their passengers. The promise was, they say they specially care passengers' luggages. More than the passenger, they specially care about passengers' luggages. So that was the advertisement. So please watch that advertisement carefully. So what actually happened after watching that nice advertisement? Most of the passengers, most of the we call passengers would like to fly with them. So they wanted to fly with them. So they turned as the real passengers. So the word is prospect. Prospect passengers turned as real passengers. So I was recovering the word. Right? Prospect passengers wanted to become a real passenger. So they went to fly with United Airways. I think United Airways. So please watch that video, you'll understand that. Right? So if you watch that particular advertisement, you don't understand at once. Since I told you, now you will understand. Okay? So what actually happened, one of musician, guitarist also became a passenger of this Airways, and he also flew. Then what happened? His experience he wanted to express through the digital media, through the YouTube, by a nice video. So he has created a nice video, musical video, and he published on YouTube. It went 100 times viral than the advertisement what United Airways made. What happened? It's a free advertisement, free marketing to United Airways, because this gentleman made a musical video about his experience. Because United Airways promised what? They promised they are giving amazing service to passengers' luggages. So this gentleman wanted to fly with United Airways. He had an experience, so he wanted to express that experience through the digital media. So please watch that video as well, the second video. Okay, his experience video. Then you will understand what actually happened. Is it a good experience or bad experience? Pause this video and you better watch. Then only you will get the real experience of this learning. Okay, whenever I say, you pause this video and go back to LMS and click that and get the experience. Hope you watched that video. Was that experience good or bad? It's a bad experience. So bad experience went 100 times viral than the advertisement what United Airways made. So if you promise something, you have to keep it that promise, keep it that word. So if you don't keep up that word, what will happen? It's disgraceful. People will damage your brand. Now digital media is very powerful. If something good, more than good, If something gets worse, it will go viral 100,000 times. So please be careful. Please mind. Whenever you give promise, you have to keep up that word. Right? So over-promising is a mistake. Right? So not keeping up word is mistake. Number 8, relying too heavily on script. Most of the call center customer service agents do this. So they are relying on script. They read the script. They don't try to understand customer. Before understanding customer, they wanted to complete the script. Call center staff do. So don't rely most of the time on script. So be a human. You talk to the customer, understand your customer. Sometimes I actually experienced when I was talking to customer service professionals or in call centers, they don't answer what I ask because they are reading their scripts. Okay, so please mind, reading script is not main point. More than that, you have to first understand your customer, and always you try to speak the real language with your customer. Right. So number 9, failing to apologize. So you must say sorry. So if you felt like you have done a wrong thing, you say sorry. Though it's not a wrong thing you have done, it's okay to say sorry, because saying sorry is a good thing, right? So if you say sorry, customer's anger will go down by 40%. So we learned this last week. We learned from last module. So that you must say sorry, apologize. So here you don't need to act, you don't need to pretend. By heart you can apologize. So sorry. If you felt like you have done something wrong, say sorry. Don't try to hide that. Okay, it's not an embarrassment. Number 10, not taking ownership. So if you are a real leader, take the ownership. If you're a responsible leader, you must say like, yes, I made that mistake, I'm very sorry, sir. Or else you can say like, okay, I'm taking the responsibility, I will do it, I will follow up. You better give your name, your position, everything, because you don't need to hide anything, because you are responsible for your job. Okay? If you don't do that, it's a general mistake. People do that. Number 11, rushing the interaction. It means, what does it mean? Leaving with dissatisfaction. That is we call rushing the interaction. So you are leaving with dissatisfaction. So transaction ends with dissatisfaction. Customer is not happy. Always the key is the emotions what customer is having when the end of transactions. At that time, customer must have a positive feeling about your service, happy feeling about your service. If that particular staff has a dissatisfaction by the end of the transaction, that will affect your job, that will affect your brand, that will affect your business. He won't come again. He will go and tell to another 10 people. Number 12, lack of proactivity. What does it mean? Missing of suggesting products and service that could benefit. So here you have to always educate your customer, right, about the services what you have. Not only particular thing you are talking about. Customer comes to get it done, one thing. You also serve. Okay, so maybe the service is fulfilled. Okay? Customers' wants may be fulfilled, but you don't promote what you have. Sometimes it may helpful to your customer. So you must give all the products and service what you have, new things what you have, promotions what you have, the discounts what you're offering nowadays. So everything better you educate. So you have to say that. If you don't give that information, who will give? So you are responsible for that. So sometimes you say like, no, customer came for a particular thing, so I have fulfilled that, so that's done. No, more than that you have to give to your customer. Number 13, language and communication issues. So you can't use technical jargons. So if you sometimes we use some words what customer doesn't understand. Is there any point? Does it make any sense? If your customer doesn't know what you're talking about, does it make any sense? If I conduct this training by any alien language to you, after the course ending, will I satisfy myself? Will I be satisfied? No, I won't be satisfied, because my clients will come and say, Rex, you have completed your course, but we didn't understand anything. So please use any words, any language what your customer understands. The technical jargon what you're using, if they don't understand, that is a mistake. Number 4, ignoring feedback. Don't ignore feedback. Always you take it as positive. If you are ignoring feedback, it is a gentle mistake. And last one, poor time management. Always you must think like time is money. There is a value to time, customer time as well as your time. So that in an average time, you will have to fulfill customer's request. Understand what customer needs, you have to fulfill in an average time. How do you improve that? By doing again and again. That is the way how you can improve. Practicing is the only way where you can be a champion. Now, my friends, we'll see what are the do's and don'ts in the customer service. Be courteous and respectful. So these are the do's. So you have to be courteous and respectful. How you can be respectful? Call him by customer's name. Yeah. Call him by title. That is the way how you can respect. If any senior citizen comes, so better you arrange a chair to them. The way you speak, listening. So that is one way how you can respect. Listening is one of the way of respect. If you are not a good listener, it means you don't respect to others. If you speak before that person speaks, it means you are not respecting them. So try to be a respectful person. Then only people will respect you. If you don't respect others, they don't respect you as well. And number 2, active listening. You must do it. These are the do's. You must be active listener. Don't interrupt. Don't stop whenever your customer talking to you. So you listen. I already explained it to you before. How you can active listen? Nodding your head, keep up the eye contact, and say, acknowledge, yes sir, and the facial expressions. These are all important. Empathize. What does it mean? You have to feel what your customer feels. How you start up this? By pretending, yes sir, I understand why you are shouting at me. There is a real problem behind this scene. I understand, sir. If I were you, I also speak like this, so that I don't take it personal, sir. I understand. So that is the way how you empathize. Right? And number 4, effective communications, clear understanding. What you understood, you have to clear with your customer. No any doubt. So you can clarify with your customer. You clarify. Otherwise, what you understood can be a wrong thing. So better you clarify it, sir. As my understanding, I feel like I think this is it or anything else. Timely responses. You have to respond timely. When customer needs your assistance, you have to help. You can't assist after a long period. You have to always assist when customer needs. If they don't need your response as well. So don't take too much of time. Take ownership. As a good leader, you must take the ownership. Say, sir, I am responsible to do this. I will do it. Personalization. So here we call the uniqueness. Not you are serving all the customers as same. Try to understand the customers requests, customers' need. According to that, please cater. Number 8, knowledgeable support. You must be well trained. You should know A to Z in order to give the real information to your customer. Offer solutions. Offer solutions mean not you're answering, you're giving solutions. It means customer has no idea whether they have a problem. So you have to understand by asking the right question, then you have to give the right solution. Sometimes customer comes to you, he has no idea why he comes. You have to understand what his needs, then you try to give solutions. That is the way how you can be a real champion. Lastly, thank and appreciate. You always must thank your customer since they are coming to your office or outlet store. Always you thanks for coming to outlet, thanks for calling. If you're a customer service agent, you must say thanks for calling. By email also you can write like thanks for contacting us. And appreciate your customer. Whenever you write emails, first you give good things, first you write good things. Appreciate your customer. Thanks very much for helping out. Thanks very much for coming. Thanks very much for understanding. So that is the one way how you can have a strong relationship with your customer. You know the definition of this world-class customer service, right? Building strong, long-lasting relationship. So this is the one of way how you can build long-lasting, strong relationship. And lastly, we'll go through don'ts in the customer service. Don't be rude or dismissive. You can't be rude. Don't think like I am the boss. No, I am serving my customer. Customer is my king. If you feel like you are the boss, you are defensive, you shouldn't do that, okay? Number 2, avoid interruptive. Let customer speak. Don't do that, okay? So let customer speak. Don't interrupt anything. You must be a good listener. Number 3, don't make promises you can't keep. You could remember the video, what I talked about. Don't lie anything. You must have the transparency. Okay, everything you must be straightforward to your customer. Don't give over promise like politicians. Politicians always give over promises. Most of the politicians are liars. Being honest, in our country, I would say 100%, no, not 99%, 100%. All the politicians, they give over promises. They over promise. Some promises they keep, some promises they don't keep. If they don't keep, we don't believe them, we don't trust them. So same thing can happen to you as well. Okay, if you overpromise and not keeping up that. Number 4, don't pass blame. If customer blames you, don't pass that blame to someone else. Don't pass the ball. Don't do that. Don't argue. Customer is king, right? Do you argue with king? Do you argue with president, prime minister? No, you never. Have you ever argued with your principal, teacher? No, right? Likewise, you cannot argue with your customer. No any argument. Do not ignore complaints. That is the next one, 6th one. Don't ignore complaints. Never ignore complaints. If customer comes to complain, take it positive. Try to see where you made the mistake and resolve it quickly. Say sorry. Number 7, avoid ignoring non-verbal cues. Non-verbal cues mean body language and emotions. So that is non-verbal. You show like you don't like that customer. You show like you don't want to help your customer. You show like you are so tired. You don't want anything now. So that is rude, right? That is rude. So don't do that. So that type of things you must avoid. Number 8, don't share personal opinions. We all have opinions, right? So don't share your personal opinion to your customer. Here, we all must come to a common point. Let customer talk, understand what he needs. Okay? Never show up your personal opinion to customer. You shouldn't do that. Okay. Avoid scripted responses. Don't rely on script. Don't be a robot. Be a human. Talk to your customer. Have a good relationship. Okay. Cater what he wants. And the last one is don't rush. Never rush. Let the flow goes, right? So you try to understand what customer wants, resolve it. Don't rush it. So you have an average time. In that particular average time, you try to solve, right? So these are the things you shouldn't do it. So my friends, hope you have learned more things from this video. There is no activity at all from this particular module, but what I really want from you is just go through this, write it down, all the notes from your wordings, and also observe wherever you go. Observe whether these things are following, and also please try to follow these things by yourself. By doing this stuff, you can be a great person. In customer service, you can be a customer service champion. You can be a world-class customer service professional. So wishing you all the very best. We'll meet up from next module. Thank you very much.